So I was planning on making you listen to sketchy, potentially um, pornographic sounds for the cold open for this episode. However,
The animals.
the animals.
The animal sounds.
No, do you have something saved in your phone that we should be talking about instead?
No, I thought you had mentioned torturing me with animals having sex sounds.
You just think that I was going to pull up videos of animals fucking to show you for a cold open? Because I had literally no idea what we were going to talk about for the cold open?
Yes. I don't know.
I do still have that video of that woman getting fucked with a fish, if you would like to watch that.
No!
All right, well, you were saved by having to listen to sketchy, possibly pornographic sounds this week because somebody actually wanted to send in their story.
Oh, fantastic.
So we have a story. Listen, and it's not, I've listened to it ahead of time. I sent it to you to listen to it ahead of time. I don't know if you listened or not.
Kristen played it. I listened as she was playing it, but I kind of heard it on and off.
Okay. So you know then that it's not someone calling about a child that's someone else's for sure and not mine.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, this one comes from Gerald, who is a avid listener, and of course he is, because why else would he send in this sweet, awesome voice message? So,
oh, how sweet of him.
Exactly. Are you ready to listen?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, have a minute. I'm gonna make this quick. So I was working for DoorDash or Uber Eats at the time. My bank account was like withdrawn, so I'm like, oh, okay. I want to make this quick cash. I'm going to use my card I got from the company, put it into my bank account. It's going to be sweet. I got this. Go out, make a few deliveries, give some cash, go to the ATM. Lost my debit card. Don't know where it is. Searching my car. Literally begging the app people for their addresses to go back to their homes, which is probably not what they're supposed to do. And going back to restaurants. Come to find out, my debit card was in my old pants that I wore the day before. I never had my debit card in the first place. I did all that running around, wasting all that gas for nothing. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Have you ever done any food delivery or anything like that before?
I did do DoorDash for a short time, and then I did Instacart during COVID.
I've never done either one because I have a regular 40-hour-a-week job, so it's been kind of hard to, like, when am I going to sit down and try to drive around all night to do it? But I have experience with losing my wallet a lot. Quite often.
I have too.
Quite often mine ends up in the washer.
Oh, see, no, mine was really funny because I was working in Boardman and living in Warren, and I got off work in Boardman at the mall. And for some reason, like, I used to put my wallet, long ago, I would put my wallet in the glove box.
You do a Macarena?
The glove box. And I hadn't for the longest time after that. I would put it in my door and just grab it on my way out. Well, I left work in Boardman, got to Walmart in Warren, or Cortland, technically.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Warren. That place has nothing.
Yeah, I got to Walmart, and I went to grab my wallet and realized it wasn't there. So I drove all the way back to Boardman, went to work, checked there, walked around the whole mall, despite the fact that I didn't walk around the mall that day. Talked to security, gave them my phone number, did all this shit. I was in a full-on panic. I could not go to Walmart and get what I needed. Mom comes home. She's going through my car. She finds it in the glove box.
No, it happens.
I had it the entire freaking time.
I did recently lose money as well. But mine made me more sad, and I'm pretty sure I gave someone a how far am I willing to go for $3 dilemma.
I told you, it's dirtier than the toilet floor.
Yeah, well, like I said, I told you, and I think I told Kristen about it. I had $7 cash from returning parts of the Home Depot, and I thought I was going to use that $7 cash to have a little bit of sneaky lunch without Kristen. I was going to have some fast food and not tell her about it because obviously it's not in our bank system, so she'll never know about it. And I stuck the cash in my back pocket because I was like, well, my pocket over here has pens I'm pulling out all day at work, and I don't want to throw cash around like I'm at a strip club. And the other one's got my phone, which I also take out quite often, despite the frustration of my supervisors. So I was like, well, I'm going to put it in my back pocket because there's no reason for me to get my wallet out. Why did I not put it in my wallet? I don't have an answer for you for that. However, I went to the bathroom, and when I went to go out to get my little sneaky lunch, I found out I was $3 short. Start with, 3 of them are missing. I have $4. I don't know what I'm supposed to buy for $4 other than like a sandwich. So somewhere, probably in the bathroom, I lost $3, and somebody had to decide whether or not toilet money was worth $3 and their dignity.
You know what really sucks though? Is finding out that your wallet was stolen and like you don't even know where or how because you get a text message while you're at work halfway into your shift that someone tried to spend $1,000 at a gas station on gift cards.
That's pretty unfortunate.
It happened to me the day after I went back to work after a week-long vacation.
You want to know what else is unfortunate? Trying to figure out who would steal a car seat, just a car seat when you keep your switch in your car.
My favorite thing was my cards were all maxed out. Like they tried to use a credit card, and my cards were all maxed out. Like we spent 8 days in Myrtle Beach, and then I went back to work. It was Monday, and I had literally paid my water bill, so I had absolutely zero money on any of my cards. I had like 2 or 3 credit cards and my debit card, and I had nothing anywhere. I don't know how they got it because it was in my purse with a giant ass bottle of body armor on my purse, like on top of it. And I walked straight from my car into work. I have no idea where or how they got it, but that camera wasn't working on the side of the building, of course. But then, like, 6 o'clock, so I had been there for like 3 hours. I get a text message from Speedway down the street. And it's like, hey, or no, not Speedway, from my credit card company. Say, hey, was this $1,000 charge yours? And I go, no. So I'm on the phone with police, taking care of customers. I'm on the phone with Speedway, taking care of customers. And the lady at Speedway goes, yeah, they tried to buy $1,000 of gift cards. And I go, you don't think that's suspicious? She goes, no. He wasn't supposed to have your card? I go, no. She goes, oh, well, it declined, obviously. Yeah, because it's maxed out. I'm the brokest of brokest bitches, and you stole my wallet.
Well, I think then that the best solution we can help Gerald out with this situation to never happen again, I think we have to go back to, what was it, the 90s? Well, I mean, you're young, so you may not know
I was
what
born
era.
in 98, so...
The chain wallet. I think we got to bring the chain wallet back.
Chain wallets are cool.
You are not going to lose your wallet or, misplace it, and if someone tries to attack you or steal from you while you're Ubering or Dashing or whatever it is company you're working for, you can just choke a motherfucker out.
You know what was also cool on chains? Pocket watches.
Thought you were going to say collars attached to your neck.
I told you, we're not going to talk about it. I'll pay the bills, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going into shit, bro, especially because Karen's our editor. We're not going into shit ever.
Well, I think that's as good as this one's going to get. Let's get on with the show.
Yes.
Gather round, we've got stories to tell. How the human race should be erased from space. We're horrible people and deserve to die. If you don't believe me, then I'll tell you why. We've caused genocides and mass extinction. Humans causing bad pollution. Amazon is burning down. California's on shaky ground. Ted Cruz in Cancun, people deny the moon. Gun crime is on the rise, hypocrisy and evil lies. Leadership is on vacation, God is doing tax evasion. Police increasing jurisdiction, overdue for extinction.
Welcome back to another episode of Overdue for Extinction, the podcast where we set out to prove once and for all the human race is overdue for an extinction-level event and a clear wipeout. I don't mean the show Wipeout, even though it is extremely entertaining to watch people get wiped.
The original one, though.
What's the difference? You don't like the one John Cena and Nicole? What's her face?
No, like it's okay, but like the very original, like the very first episode I had ever seen, this girl was standing up on the thing going, "Where's the pole?" Karen will remember. It'll be fantastic when she puts in a comment.
Well,
And it was literally right in front of her face.
While it is entertaining to watch people eat shit and fall on obstacle courses that were poorly made, we are talking about, of course, the end of the human race. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to get some dick of historical variety. We're going to talk about a case of a real-life Grand Theft Auto Bible Belt edition. And to help ramp up for Halloween, I'm going to try to convince you to purchase a cursed item.
Try to convince me to purchase a cursed item? Bruh, I don't need convincing. You get a mosquito by your hand and one's already bit my face. I'm being eaten alive out here.
We are recording now in the garage as opposed to the basement. We have upgraded thanks to our patronage of Brian.
Thanks, Brian! Gerald should join our Patreon.
Gerald should join our Patreon. No pressure or anything, buddy.
No, but it's cool. It's cool.
Well, we actually, I'll talk about it at the end of the show. We are doing our gaming event on November 2nd to 3rd for 24 hours. We're raising money for charity. We'll get into it at the end. But we have incentives to donate, one of which is a tier that will give you, excuse me, I can't stop burping now. One of which is a tier that will give you a year of free Patreon. So, our Patreon. Sorry, we can't get you like an OnlyFans to somebody else, but if somebody gets
it's not even made yet.
If someone gets working on it, we'll talk. All right. Well, in that case, are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Oh wait, by the way, Karen approved our.
I saw she wasn't getting messages. All right, so before we get started and jump into our first segment, would you be interested in a friendly game of rock, paper, scissors? Oh, you are set for this. All right, here we go. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. God damn it.
Hey, well, now that we're ready and warmed up, I want to thank you for playing a sex game with me. Let's get into this week's dick.
The dick. I love it.
You love the dick.
I love the dick segments.
Cait, can you get in here a second and check out this dick?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
This cool historical fact.
Oh, you mean the acronym for Did You Know?
Obviously. What else would I be talking about?
Well, it kind of sounded like you meant...
A gentleman's sausage?
I don't need to see it!
The ad in the top right corner is for gentleman's sausage. We were just talking about having that for dinner soon.
I think I need some fresh air.
You need to finally put my giant gherkin in your mouth.
Excuse me?
You know, that large pickle. I brought it home from the festival. I didn't care for it, but you better eat it before it goes bad.
I'm going to need you to go home. I've got Brad coming over soon to snake my drain.
Having some trouble with your plumbing?
Something like that.
Alright, so this week's dick.
I love learning. Let's not lie. Go.
Okay.
What do we got? What are you teaching me today?
Well, we're talking about rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
That was relevant.
What about it?
It was a fun little
about it?
lead-in we were doing here. So, rock, paper, scissors started out as a sex game. A lot of people don't know that because it is played mostly by children today. But how it started out was in the 17th and 18th centuries of Japan, it became incredibly popular in brothels. How do you think it was used?
There's a lot of ways I can think of, but I can't think of what's probably the right way.
I'm curious about the wrong ways.
You and I walk into a brothel, we both want the same girl, and so let's rock, paper, scissors this bitch.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. It was actually used between clients and the fine ladies of the night, if you want to.
Yes, but for what?
Okay.
That is where my brain is like.
So
what?
one variation of the game had players removing an item of clothing every time they lost a round.
So strip poker.
Strip poker. It was strip, rock, paper, scissors. I feel like it must have been used for positions as well.
That's what I was thinking, was like positions.
Like
or
if
like,
one person
what
wants
you
anal and the
doing?
other person's like,
Exactly.
no, it's not your birthday.
Exactly.
Wait, how did anal become a birthday present?
I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know.
I don't either. I've never tried to enforce anal on a girl that's not been interested in anal. Now we're really getting into the thicket here, as it were, but not the butt hair thicket, as it were.
I like how you share so much, but like I'm like, no, let's not talk about that with me.
That's the thing is too. This is shit that I would not talk about to anyone else, anywhere else. That would never come up in conversation at work, at parties, with friends. Some friends, I've got some fucked up people that like to talk about some shit. As me and another friend who I won't name unless he's fine with it. He's finding new kinks through watching The Boys.
I've seen up until the season where Jensen Ackles joins, and I am very concerned for him.
Well, he said that the one scene, this isn't really a spoiler for anything. I mean, you can't really spoil The Boys. It's not like a really big mystery leading up to a big thing. It's just a lot of fucked up shit.
It is a lot of fucked up shit,
So,
but that's why it's good.
Termite,
I mean, I guess like you can spoil the whole them hunting the supers.
Well, I mean, you just did.
That's the whole point of it, though.
I never knew that about the show. When I heard the show was called The Boys and it was about superheroes, I thought the gang calls themselves like The Boys, like it's just about the superheroes. I didn't know it was about superheroes who were fucking out of control, just killing people left and right.
See, all I heard was it was superheroes, but now it's more like, once I learned it was more of a superhero parody. It's kind of like, I like it, but like it's fucked up.
Okay, well, the episode where Termite is at a party and he's doing a bunch of coke with that other gay dude, and he shrinks down to sound the guy.
And then
they made that scene so like resolute, clear, like he shrinks down and then the background blurs, but what you see in high definition is the tip of the penis straight on, like you're looking at a giant dick. And he just runs into the dick. And then because he was doing a bunch of blow, he fucking sneezes and loses control of his power and just fucking explodes the guy, which is what everyone said Ant-Man should have done to Thanos in the first place, was to go to fly up his butt and then enlarge, and that was going to kill him. It's a big controversy in the nerd world.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
So that's my little tidbit about rock, paper, scissors. It's not very long. Just a nice little tidbit about being used in brothels.
How interesting.
And now I'm curious about why anal is a birthday present. I would rather have an Oculus 3.
When is your birthday again?
December 21st.
December 21st. That's right. You're both December. I thought so.
We locked down the Christmas holiday.
How funny. You're both December and we're both March. Except you almost have exactly 3 weeks. We have exactly 2 weeks.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't line up more perfectly. You should have talked to my parents about their fucking scheduling.
You could have decided to come out a day early.
I was going to say, how are you going to talk to my parents about fucking if you weren't born yet?
Wait, no, a day late. You could have come out a day late, like a day later, and it would have been fine.
Why would that have been fine? What difference would that make?
It would have been 3 weeks. Exactly. It would have been easier for my brain.
My parents were so devoutly Christian that they fucked the second they were told they could. And I'm sorry that their jackrabbit schedule didn't appease your needs 25 years later.
It's not just them, it's when you were ready to come out into this hellhole of a world.
Why is it my fault? Why couldn't Kristen come a day early? I rest my case. I'm blameless.
Maybe I just love her more.
Well, that's fucking clear. If ever...
Would I join you here if I didn't love you at all? You're my brother-in-law. Let's... Come on.
I feel like you're in it for the fame.
No, I joined it to support you.
You're clearly here for all of the hard work and the huge listener base that I've already
Though
grown.
I totally did tell her earlier that she could slap me in the face with a pickle only if she recorded it, because anything for the views.
If I ever suggest slapping her with my pickle, it's a problem. It's Michael. What are you yelling things like that for around the children? I just don't get any appreciation around here. That's the real problem.
I don't know why I'm so shocked and so surprised by you, because he's the same way.
Well, that's my dick for you this week. Speaking of dicks, as we've continued on with anal and the boys and
And Karen's gonna kill us.
well, let's switch gears then, if you're ready, and we're going to talk about the Bible Belt.
Fuck the Bible Belt.
Fuck a lot about the Bible. We're gonna have to talk about that one day. I should subject you to the stories of me growing up in church. We'll do my my other podcast idea, God's Honest Truth, in which I'll break down the things I've endured as a Christian-going church boy.
I want to say the last time I was in church, I fell asleep.
I fucking do that quite often. Or I would lie about having to go to the bathroom to get out of it. All right, you ready?
Yes.
We're going to Indiana.
Fuck Indiana.
Fuck Indiana.
Fuck America.
Fuck it all. Fuck this week's newsworthy Neanderthal. Let's get it.
I want to know what it is. Let's go!
Breaking news. This just in.
Everyone, big dumb.
All right, so Muncie, Indiana. I've actually been to Muncie. I had to drive a friend there. He was dating a girl who lived in Muncie. He went to go stay with her periodically when they were on summer break from college. And he paid me to drive him out there one time. And it was a 10-hour drive. It was actually like the beginning of my and Kristen's relationship.
As discussed earlier, anything before Millie was a blur for me, so.
Because I've been around forever.
That, other things that I don't care to talk about on the podcast.
All right, well, let's not talk about that then. We'll talk about Harley Quinn instead.
That goes into things I'd rather not talk about on the podcast.
You won't talk about kinks. You won't talk about Harley Quinn. I don't understand why you're here.
I will gladly explain that to you later, but not on the podcast.
Let's get you to drink that first.
I'm feeling tipsy enough that I can explain it to you, but not on the podcast.
All right, so police claim that a Muncie woman didn't know what the big deal was about stealing a Kia from a car dealership in order to allow her to drive to Indianapolis for a job interview to be an exotic dancer.
She wanted to steal a car from a dealership
Mhm.
to go to a job interview.
Mm-hmm. To be a stripper. Exotic dancer, sorry. They have respect for themselves.
They make hella money.
They really fucking do. I've debated for years whether or not I would date a stripper because you know they know how to work that ass.
My sperm donor told me when I was like 12 that he would be proud of me if I became a stripper.
That sounds really creepy. Anyway, so according to court documents, 20-year-old Kasia Shelton acted like this whole thing was a joke and did not understand what she was going to be arrested for after police tracked her down and questioned her about her stolen car. Police learned of the theft of the 2013 Kia Optima. So she didn't even steal a recent car. Stole an older car 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago, 10
What
years
would
old.
she do? Like, does she go in and ask, could I test drive some cars and then pick the nicest looking one that she liked and then just went off to her interview?
I'm glad you asked because we have the details of how this unfolded. Which makes it even better that she, I don't know, assumed she wasn't going to get caught because she definitely gave them her information. So, police learned of the theft of the 2013 Kia Optima on Monday after an employee at RDI Motors in Muncie called the Muncie Police Department to report that a car was just stolen from the lot. The employee told officers that Shelton came to the dealership and asked to look at the 2013 Kia Optima. I feel like this is a car commercial. They really keep nailing the year and make and model. The employee had been preparing the car for a test drive, but said that the phone kept ringing and that no one was ever on the other end of the line when he answered. The employee reportedly told Shelton to wait a moment while he answered the phone yet again, but Shelton allegedly drove off in the Kia. So that's how it happened. I'm wondering if she wasn't the one calling over and over again to get him to walk away.
That or she had someone else doing it, a friend.
Maybe. It's kind of genius, though, to make the diversion if you know no one else is there to help that employee, just to keep calling over and over until he finally walks away long enough to get out of there. According to the documents, police used the flock camera system to track the stolen car and spotted it on cameras going south toward Indianapolis and then later returning to Muncie. Police connected Shelton to the car theft because she reportedly filled out a form on the dealership's website to buy another vehicle prior to stealing the Kia. So she left her paper trail for them to find her. Officers then went to Shelton's home when she initially lied to officers about her identity, according to police. Court documents reveal that Shelton admitted to stealing the car. However, after police informed her that they knew she was and who she was and what she had done, Shelton reportedly told police that she stole the Kia in order to drive to Indianapolis for an exotic dancer job interview, and she didn't understand what the big deal was. However, since she returned the vehicle later, and returned is in quotations. So she didn't bring it back to the dealership.
Where'd she take it to?
Excellent question. We have that detail as well. You're very intuitive about this. You have a job as a reporter or an exotic dancer. I would be proud of you either way.
Well, I already feel hella supported by you, so it's okay. You're happy with my job as a supervisor at Home Goods, apparently, which is more than my mother is.
Well, I'm still waiting.
Let's go.
To get a little extra cash in our pockets so we can buy you that soda stream to get started on your side hustle.
Please, never say that again.
All right, little soda stream. So anyway, you okay?
I don't know what about being out here is like irritating my throat.
It's the outside air. This is why we don't step outside. And just to go even further to prevent this air from intoxicating our lungs, we also black out the windows or the curtains just in case air were to seep in. Good?
Yes.
I think it's just really dusty in here. We've never cleaned. This is going to be a great regular problem.
I mean, I'm not sneezing like I was at my house cleaning it, so...
Until you subscribe to our Patreon, Gerald, and we can get some goddamn proper place to record.
Subscribe to our Patreon, Gerald. It's fantastic. I'm sorry. I knocked your beer.
God damn it. It's a little open. So, Shelton returned the vehicle by dropping it off in the Muncie Mall's parking lot located next door to RDI Motors and leaving the keys in the Kia, court documents detail. So, you know how people would never ever break into your car and steal stuff, and let alone find an extra key and then just fucking
You mean
take
steal
off
a car
with it.
seat that wasn't stolen?
Well, if you hadn't fucking stolen it, I wouldn't have been worried about it.
You're the one that took my car.
You took the car away from the house, which means you drove off with missing property.
I don't... Okay, that's a lie. I did drive off with the car seat in my car. But in my defense, I did not know it was there until we were leaving to go to the store, and she told me about how someone stole the car seat out of your car, just the car seat. And then we got back, and I'm like, wait, I got TV mounts in my car. They're worth $70, and I got them on Backbids for $2 a piece. So I wanted to make sure they were still in there, because if you got robbed, and what do I see when I look in my back seat? The car seat.
Car seat that you took off with. People go down for stolen goods, receiving stolen goods, even if they didn't know about it all the time.
You put it there.
Your days are goddamn numbered.
I feel like I was set up.
If I can't get you kicked off this show, I will have you arrested.
You set me up. It was a setup.
This is a setup, but not a very good one.
I did my best with what was provided to me. In fact, hanging the green screen wasn't even provided to me.
You had a job to do. You did it fine. All
Thank
things
you.
considered.
Thank you.
Can we
I
back-
thought my ingenuity prevailed.
Can we get back to Kasia? I know what's going to be put in the blooper video. Kasia's a stripper name, I feel like. She's already been given a stripper name for a name. Have you been to a strip club?
No.
They're magical, filthy, disgusting places. And by which I mean magical, I mean you wonder what magic forced you to go there.
Well, I say that being with a girl was one of the best people I've ever been with. I have no interest in strip clubs.
It's a fair reason, I guess. I've gone a few times with a few different groups of people. My brother wanted me to go with him at one point because he enjoyed those dens of sin, as they are. And there was this one girl I bought a pitcher of beer because I'm super awkward. Usually, you wouldn't know from me talking about anal and all that on camera. But there was a girl who was a dancer, and the one in town is not a very good, classy one. There's no real auditions. You just kind of show up. In fact, I'm pretty sure my brother said, "What?
So wait, are there strip clubs out here?
Oh, there's a lot of strip clubs here.
All Youngstown had, to my knowledge, was a porn theater.
The one in Dover is the one I went to, though, at the time. I've never been to the ones out here. I'm sure they're all very classy joints. But in any case, I got a big pitcher of beer because I was really shy and awkward about being around a bunch of women who were trying to get money out of me for taking their clothes off. I didn't really know how to act in the bar of nudity. I don't know why I can't just call it a strip club. I think I blanked on what it was called.
The bar of nudity?
The bar of nudity.
That's what I'm going to call it.
It sounds like
now.
a magical D&D item.
The bar of nudity.
The bar of nudity.
If you receive this, you are all of a sudden nude.
What a wonderful gift that would be. I would just be throwing that thing at Kristen like she was a fucking receiver on the field. Anyway.
I'm glad you're attracted to your wife, at least.
I tell her that all the time when I make these sexual remarks at her and she yells at me and calls me my middle name. I say, isn't it comforting to know I'm still saying these things to you after all these years? Because if I stop saying it, you should probably be concerned.
That is a fair point.
She doesn't seem to think it is. I need you to get a strain of weed that's going to really up her ante.
There's 3. Sativa, hybrid, indica. I can't help you beyond that.
So anyway, the strippers. It was just, she came over and knocked my whole pitcher of beer over on the table. I was very sad. Ruined my whole night. And then she wanted
Why?
And then she wanted to buy me another pitcher so long as I bought a special dance from her, which would cost more than the pitcher was going to cost.
So did she dump the pitcher on purpose?
I think she fucking hip checked that thing like she was trying to give a baby brain damage.
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What is
You know, my
No, I don't know. What is happening anymore?
my also great yeah, I can't even think of the word because of the brain cancer, but like my spastic eagle,
Oh,
you know. But like I'm not gonna stand up to do that.
You probably shouldn't. This whole thing is gonna go down. Wind will take this down. And if you get up and spastic eagle, I'm just gonna go back inside.
Do you like that I got it straight up somehow? It's no longer leaning back.
That sounds like something you would have asked your ex that couldn't get it up. Do you
No,
like how I got it up somehow?
Well, he watched a lot of porn. He just wasn't into sex. He also cheated on me a lot, but he wasn't into sex.
So anyway, back to the story. Here you can cut, and then we're back again. Nice, like 15-minute rant.
I last checked this 20 minutes ago.
The timer's not doing shit. Okay, so so she dropped it off at the mall and left the keys in there. The stolen Kia ended up being recovered in Anderson, though, not Muncie where she left it, in Anderson, Indiana, according to the RDI Motors employee. When police asked Shelton what happened to the car after she left it at the mall parking lot, Shelton reportedly said, or just kept saying that she saw it on some bitch's Snapchat. If you're seeing it on some bitch's Snapchat, does that not mean you know the person that took it? So she probably called up her friend and was like, hey, girl, I got a free car right now. You can use it whenever you want. It's over at the mall parking lot.
I can't get over the balls that she had to steal a car from a dealership.
To go for a job interview.
Exactly.
To be a stripper.
Exactly.
And then didn't return it because she left it in the parking lot and couldn't figure out
Did
what
she get the job?
I don't think we find out. I'm pretty sure she didn't get it, though. According to the investigator who interviewed Shelton did not understand what she was going to be arrested for since she did no longer have the vehicle. Shelton was arrested on preliminary charges of auto theft and identity deception, both level 6 felonies. I didn't know they went to level 6. She could face up to 2.5 years in prison if convicted. This was October 11th this year.
Oh shit, Boo Boo! I hope you're cool.
Cool.
I love the ingenuity there of let's go borrow a car from a dealership to go to an interview. And like, does she have a car before and she wanted a nicer car?
Obviously not.
Or she didn't have a car to get there and she wanted to get there. I don't know.
I feel like you could just give anybody a little something for a ride.
But one of the most important questions on job applications and sometimes in interviews now is, do you have reliable transportation?
One of these days, I'm going to put your mom. I'm going to do it in a job application that I have no actual interest in doing.
Please do. I'll send you a few. I'm still getting job application notifications because my Indeed is set, but I could send you a few that you wouldn't even get a call from if you wanted to do that for funsies.
For funsies. I feel like there's better ways to get my rocks
Oh my
off.
God, if you actually got a call back from one of the places that you did that to,
I wouldn't put my
fantastic.
fucking real number on it.
Why not?
Why? I don't want them to call me.
Put my number on it.
Put your number on a bathroom
I'll be your
stall.
secretary. Hi, yes, he's unavailable right now, but can I take a message?
I saw a TikTok, I think it was yesterday. A woman answers calls from telemarketers and salespeople and collection agencies by saying, "Hi, thank you for calling Annie's orphanage. You make them, we take them. How can I help you?"
Oh my God, I have seen her. I've seen the cop that took the spam call. That was interesting. That was funny.
There's a big ass skeeter.
That's probably a male.
It's coming for you. There it is.
It's probably a male.
We didn't consider.
Do you see how big that is compared to the other skeeters that are around here?
We didn't consider that we left the garage door open and bright ass lights, which will attract these creatures. We really just opened a buffet for them.
I told you that male mosquitoes don't bite. They don't have the stinger to bite, though. I did see a funny video about a mosquito who's like, I don't know what you want to call it, stinger.
His nose.
Sure.
His needle.
So, like, say he was on your hand, or she, I guess, because they're the ones that suck the blood. She was on your hand, and her needle kept bending. Like, she'd go whoop, and it'd go whoop. And she couldn't penetrate that person's skin, and it was funny as fuck.
You have experienced someone not being able to penetrate, don't you?
Yeah, sure. I can hella fucking name them, too.
Alright, well, cars are expensive as shit. Hopefully Kasia gets what she wants out of life. In the meantime, I have something to offer to you that's a little bit cheaper than a car.
What's that?
Are you ready to buy spooky shit?
Spooky?
Yeah.
I love spoopy.
All right, let's get into this week's spoopy edition of What a Deal. Why are we waving our hands?
Because it's spoopy season.
Step right up, step right up. Look at the amazing wares I've brought for you to ogle.
Let's see here. This is all junk. Is that a half chewed on eraser?
Ah, could your ordinary half-chewed eraser do this?
Whoa! What a deal!
Are you familiar with Dybbuk boxes?
What is it?
A Dybbuk box.
No.
You're a lover of spooky things, but you don't know what a Dybbuk box is?
No.
Alright, check this thing. Fuck. Check this thing out. God fucking damn it. It looks like it's covered in cum. So for the uninitiated, Dybbuk boxes are boxes that are ceremoniously designed to contain a spirit. They're meant to house a spirit that cannot get out. You were instructed not to
AKA a
open them.
bad spirit or a demon.
Well, you would think so, but I'm pretty sure the description of this indicates that it's not a bad spirit. So it kind of, well, actually, it does say very active evil, not a toy.
Evil. There you go. I just moved out of one of those houses.
Well, let's get into it and find out about this Dybbuk box. So the seller says this item is, God damn it, Cait. One job you had.
I'm getting chilly now.
Oh, now
Leave
you're
me
fucking
be.
chilly. Fucking popsicle over here.
It's just cold air.
That would make a good pickup line.
Fucking popsicle?
You a popsicle? Bet you'd melt my mouth.
From a girl to a guy?
Or guy to guy. We're not exclusive here.
You're right.
Termite would have used that before he exploded that dude's dick off.
But the recipient is a guy.
I don't know. It could,
So I should go to
it-
Willard tonight and be like,
please don't.
I'll melt your
Please don't.
popsicle.
I don't need
not
no.
until
I
not.
don't.
See, you don't want to know.
La 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 la.
Why do you want me to talk about it if you don't want to know?
It doesn't have to be a guy giving. No, it doesn't have to be a guy receiving. It could be a girl. Because some of you bitches got the roast beef. Chewy Laffy Taffy, if you will.
You know, I worked at Arby's, and my shirt said we have the meats.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that was
That
quite
was my very first job.
a wide circulated joke, too.
It was
So the Dybbuk box.
that Dybbuk box.
Starting to think your vagina might be a Dybbuk box. Do you just get real chatty during sex? Like, you just
No.
start rambling about things.
No, I think that's awkward as shit.
I feel
My situationship was the only person where like I could giggle and have a conversation with during sex, and it was the weirdest shit ever. No, thank you.
I feel like you're the kind of person, if you get drunk before a hookup, is just like, so I watched this TikTok earlier.
No.
This is why I drink. It's a good thing we're on a blue raz.
Because I opened the last one.
Yeah, because then you can't keep doing this. You'd be real warmed up for a bonus if we were doing a bonus tonight.
We need to get more before we do a bonus tomorrow.
All right, so this Dybbuk box, it's very active, kind of like your brain, and the words that spew out of your mouth.
Did you know that Willard won't go to a haunted house with me? Like a haunted house, because he doesn't want to bring something home. What are you guys talking shit about?
The Dybbuk box,
The Dybbuk box.
very active.
I kind of want it.
You want the Dybbuk box?
I will not bring a Ouija board into your house.
Well, it is
I
$80.
promise. I don't have $80, but I swear on my life I will not bring a Ouija board into your house and unleash spirits.
I feel like you're exactly the motherfucker that would be like, "Is this thing haunted?" And you would shake it to see if you could hear the little spirit rattling around inside, and you'd be like,
probably would.
I feel like it's empty, and then you're just gonna undo the bindings to look inside.
I do have a basket of crystals in the basement, though.
People like you are why Pandora's box exists.
I'm Pandora. I'd open the box.
Absolutely are, and I think you now have your OnlyFans name,
Pandora?
Pandora's box. We're calling your coochie evil though that way.
That is
That part has to stay in.
something relating to Pandora's box. You might be onto something there because I love Greek mythology.
I'm so glad that haunted boxes made you think of your coochie for a name?
It's better than Mr. Savage. Because I don't want my Twitch name connected to that. I don't.
So, this Dick Box. I keep trying to read the first sentence over and over again. This Dick Box is very active. It's about 6.5 inches long and 5 inches high.
6.5 inches long.
Oh,
It's
here we
about
go,
the
thinking about
average
dicks
dick
again.
size.
The box seems to be wrapped in twine and sealed with wax and imbued with ashes. This was one of my grandmother's most treasured artifacts in her collection. She was a practitioner of the occult her entire life and built quite an astounding collection through the years. Since her passing, I have acquired the majority of her collection, and this item was one of her most beloved. Well, that's not very nice. She's giving away her grandmother's most beloved possessions. Like, granted, you don't want to keep everything that your grandparents had in their house because it's going to clutter your house. But it's like, I love Gram, and this was her favorite thing. Fuck Gram. Let's get rid of it.
Was her grandma
A witch?
Lorraine Warren?
Fuck if I know. I'm sure there are like 50 people easily on eBay who are selling these things claiming to be some descendant
Dude,
line.
if I had the chance to buy something from their like collection of haunted shit, I probably would, but it'd be kept in the box it came in.
Well, they do issue some warnings with this thing. Since her passing, I've read that. It's very active, and you can feel the change of presence when you touch it or are in the same room as it. My grandmother would not reveal the demonic entity's name for me, as she said it wasn't safe, so be warned. This is not a toy. It is very common when you are in the same... Oh, she was coming out to yell at you. I just didn't shut the door.
You're not allowed to say demons' names, otherwise you're more likely to summon them and give them permission.
Yeah, well, it gives them power.
Exactly.
Which is the opposite of, what is it, hags? If you know a hag's name, you have power over her? I think that's Shakespearean.
I don't know. But I do know that if you verbally out loud say a demon's name, you are more likely to summon them and give them power over you in your life. And it's not a safe thing.
I believe it's supposed to be if you know a hag's name, you have power over her. Which is weird because when I call Kristen bitch, it seems like she just gets more power.
She's a feisty one.
Like a Shih Tzu.
And like the worst part is now you have me to back her up, so don't piss her off.
I'll fight all of you. I don't give a fuck. I will lay down and just let you end it all. So anyway, this is not a toy. You shouldn't shove it up your Dybbuk box. Or, sorry, your Pandora's box. What if someone bought a Dybbuk box with an angry, evil spirit inside of it just to masturbate with it? It is very common when you are in the same house to feel cold spots, hear scratches, and whispers during the night. Sometimes lights will flicker, among other weird events. So why do people like this shit? If this entity being in your house means you're going to have cold spots, which you don't like, scratching, some people who sell like haunted dolls and stuff, they're like, you will hear children giggling in the middle of the night. Like, why would you bring that into your house? Okay, so that's what I got for you. She says that the grandmother used to keep it in one of her protection rooms, which is where she would practice, cast spells, and where she had her altars and made offerings.
I feel like Kristen would kill me if I ever brought any of that stuff into the house. I promise I won't. But I do have a basket of crystals, and I am trying to open myself up more to that side of me and my family. But I promise I will not bring anything home. I will not endanger the family. I will not do anything bad.
Except open your Pandora's box. The monies.
I said I'd pay the bills, but we're not really talking about it. Okay.
The last thing I want to touch on with this Dybbuk box, so we can get the fuck out of here.
Promise I'm not going to bring anything home. Or trap anything, I promise.
The seller said that they would try to stay away from this protection room as it always left them with a weird chill and made them feel uneasy to be in it. It was very common that there would be scratching noises, footsteps, and banging from that room. My grandmother would always say, though, it's okay, it's the friendlies, whenever I would ask her about the weird sounds. I feel like Grandma was getting some action, and she had to explain away that it wasn't, in fact, her getting bent over the railing and pounded all night. Okay, so I think what I can take away from all of this is you're not getting a Dybbuk box because you will for sure open it out of boredom or curiosity one day. We're not going to touch that.
I talked to the spirit who's in there. Fuck yeah.
Don't talk to the spirit that's in there. It's the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
What if I talk to the spirit in your daughter's room and tell them to stop terrifying your daughter?
Can you tell it to convince her to stop being a terror?
I don't know about that much, but I can free your bed in the middle of the night.
It sounds like you're threatening to take my wife away from me.
No, I mean, like, I was awake when she told her to go up and lay with you and she'd be up shortly the other night. So I'd free your bed of a child.
I got what you're saying. Well, let's try to get out of here before either you piss yourself or a neighbor calls the cops on us for the things that we're saying.
The neighbors can't hear us.
You'd be surprised. All right, so the website where people can find us, where people can leave us voicemails like they have done today. Good old
Thank
Gerald.
you, Gerald.
We got more voicemails to go through too because another listener, Faith, has decided to drop us some messages.
Faith?
Yeah, and I haven't gone through them yet. So I know that she was talking about she's got some stories about a long blowjob, and she's got some stories about I don't know, something else. I couldn't remember. I was half asleep when I read them this
She
morning.
quickly became a friend. I love her so much.
She is a
And
character.
I know she's going to listen to this.
She absolutely is because she's a good listener.
She is. And I love her so freaking much. Not even just for listening to us, but like, I feel like she's really someone I could be friends with.
Well, I mean,
If
you just said
didn't
she
live
was
in
a
California.
friend.
I mean, like
So-
a good friend, like best friends. If she didn't live in California, she just out here. It's
So,
fine.
okay.
All of her people are out here.
So, if you would like to go to the website where you can find our social medias, announcements, blog posts, all kinds of fun stuff that Cait doesn't have any involvement in. She doesn't know that world exists.
Not yet.
You can go to www.overdueforextinction.com. There you will find episodes, links to all of our social medias. Join us on all of those places. And our Patreon as well. For $3 a month, you can get all the good bonus content, which is building up rapidly. We are planning some more shit here soon, so we're going to get nice and wasted and not do a lot of this, I hope.
A lot of this, no, we're going to do more than this.
So we do need your help in addition to the Patreon. If you would be so kind as to leave a like, a review, a comment on the YouTube. You can also comment on the episode on Spotify as well. But most importantly, this spreads by word of mouth. So if you share this with people that you care about or people that you hate because this is happening, we can get the word of mouth out about.
Regardless, we love you for sharing.
We can
us.
get Cait's Pandora box spread more.
Only if you want the Pandora's box. But I'm going to like.
You should just like do the whole.
I feel so bad for Karen for hearing this right now. And I'm like low-key glad that you guys are okay with it happening. I'm sorry, I just want the hell of money that could happen. And like, I have taught someone to think that she's good enough to get $200 worth of DLC for a game for one photo.
Oh, here we go. So anyway,
that I could pay our bills.
I'm afraid to share the content so we get whatever we deserve, I guess.
We love you.
I'm afraid to open up this last part of the close. It is necessary, as we have established it, to be a regular part of the episodes from now on. Cait, oh my God, what words of wisdom do you have to offer the listeners this week?
I think we learned from last week potassium is important. I was always told growing up that if you eat more bananas and have more potassium, you won't have as many Charlie horses. And I missed an opportunity last week, so I'm taking it this week. Eat more bananas!
Did you turn to fucking Elmo? Eat more bananas!
Yes. I love Gerald so much.
It sounds like you received that advice from someone who was trying to get more blowjobs, and they're like, "Look, you're gonna feel better if you eat more banana." You get what I'm saying?
Well, technically,
And I will give you the potassium.
Well, technically, scientifically, cuddles and sex increase their serotonin to the brain. So you are less likely to be physically and mentally depressed and anxious if you are even getting more cuddles along with sex. It's fine. So you say eat more cuddles in your life.
You fucking tell out to the Shih Tzu. I think we've done more damage here than we planned to. I think that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Thank you for whatever we've provided you, and please come back because I can't make it up to you. This is what you get now. Stay safe and stay smart, dummies.
That's the last one.
Overdue for extinction.